Lacey Buchanan was confronted with a question that catches most mothers off guard. Since discovering her son's disabilities, many individuals have expressed curiosity and directly questioned Lacey about her choice to keep him rather than pursue abortion. Lacey has a response for every single one of these questions. Lacey has maintained a strong sense of confidence and has not hesitated to express her opinion. She feels so strongly about her son's life that she has started a blog to honor his life. She starts her blog by sharing the life-altering moment when her son Christian Taylor Buchanan was born on February 18, 2011. He came into the world with a bilateral cleft palate and lip and faced the challenge of being completely blind. Through this blog, she tells the story of his life, the moments of happiness they experience, the obstacles they face, and the incredible and sometimes difficult journey that lies ahead for their family. Then follows a quote, "He should have been aborted." Adults, including some who may have children of their own, have reached out to Lacey Buchanan via social media with a particular concept in mind. It is a disturbing notion that some believe children born with disabilities would be better off not alive, as they perceive disability as a form of suffering and a burden on society, both financially and otherwise. That was part of the argument, and people thought parents who chose to keep their disabled children were selfish. How could a parent bring such a burden into the world only to make other people suffer? That's the belief of those people. Initially, Lacey was taken aback by this kind of discussion, but it was a truly intense debate. Lacey had a well-thought-out response to the social media discussion. In response to the selfish parent's perspective, she expressed admiration for parents of special needs children, describing them as incredibly selfless individuals. "I mention this because I have firsthand experience of the sacrifices I've had to make for my disabled child's needs, and I see many others in my community doing the same." Lacey Buchanan explains how her dedication to her son's well-being has taken a toll on her health. She has sacrificed countless hours of sleep and skipped numerous meals. Over the past 6 years, she has driven Christian to various appointments, doctors, specialists, therapies, and even a school for blind children. This has amounted to an average of 3,000 miles per month and a significant monthly expense of around $300 in gas. Lacey has selflessly put her own desires aside to ensure that Christian receives the necessary care, support, and opportunities he deserves. Lacey emphasizes that her words are not meant to boast, but rather to showcase the unwavering dedication of parents like her. They make sacrifices within their marriage, friendships, and work to prioritize their child's needs. In her response, she challenges the notion of selfish parents and further expresses her disagreement with the belief that disabled individuals view their disabilities as such a heavy burden that they would prefer death over living with them. She recommends engaging in a conversation with a disabled individual to gain insight. That's a fair requirement. Then she invites her readers to consider the people they know who may be facing disabilities. The crucial aspect here is not the presence of a disability, but rather the experience of suffering. Not all disorders cause daily pain or discomfort. Sometimes people simply deal with particular inconveniences. Lacey goes on to explain that suffering should not be equated with a disability, as many individuals experience suffering, even if only temporarily. Suffering is not limited to those in the disabled community. People without disabilities also experience difficult situations. Individuals with vision impairments are not defined by their impairment. They are embracing life with it. It can be challenging to navigate a world designed for sighted individuals when you cannot see. It's clear that Lacey strongly disagrees with the negative stereotypes surrounding disabled individuals, particularly when it comes to those who support abortion in these cases. In our society, people who have disabilities are often unfairly labeled as less than, treated as undeserving, unequal, unattractive, awkward, and unworthy. It is disheartening that they are judged for something they did not choose and have no control over. Lacey concludes her post with a strong and positive message. Her son, Christian, is unable to do several tasks. As she mentions, he will never be able to pursue a career as a surgeon. However, he has a multitude of options available to him, such as pursuing a career in law, even though he is visually impaired. She has no desire to be the type of mother who constantly restricts her son's activities. From her words, it's clear that she's striking a balance between being realistic and avoiding pessimism when talking to her son. She understands that her son will develop a mindset that emphasizes his abilities rather than fixating on his limitations. The online debate raises a thought-provoking question, particularly in the context of the pro-life and pro-choice discussion. Who gets to determine who is considered a burden on society? Perhaps we can consider approaching human life from a perspective that aligns more closely with the teachings of Christ. Is it true that God values us regardless of our strengths and flaws? Regardless of one's abilities, everyone deserves equal opportunities. According to Scripture,